Welcome to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host Sheldon Moore. That's my guy Charles Jackson. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, bro. How you doing?
Living life, brother. Living life. But we're gonna start off with Charles giving his input on the Minnesota Timberwolves and the New York Knicks trade. Go ahead.
Shit. When I saw it, I was honestly kind of shocked. I didn't think that the Timberwolves would have moved Cat. If anything, I thought they would have moved Gobert. But they didn't. They got the T Wolves got Julius and Dante back. I think that both sides won. The Knicks and the Timberwolves. It was a win-win for both sides. I really like Julius with the Timberwolves now. I think that gives them another dog. I think that gives Coach Finch the player that they wanted because I don't really think him and Cat mesh that well. I think Finch wanted someone who was more physical and willing to play in the post and play on the block versus Cat, who just shoots threes and wants to play on the perimeter. But yeah, I think it was a good fit for both sides. Only thing now, the Timberwolves they have a lot of depth on their bench now. So of course Dante is gonna get minutes, but what about those rookies? I think those rookies need those minutes so they can develop well and they can help them once playoff time comes. But other than that, I'm excited because now Ant he gets to actually take more of a bigger step offensively and a bigger role offensively. So he might be in MVP talks this year. Honestly,
I mean, I think Rob could get some minutes now. Terrence Shannon, his minutes might go down a little bit. Or I
yeah,
I wouldn't be shocked if we kind of see Joe Ingles, not obviously the backup point guard, but handle responsive like ball handling and responsibilities like kind of earlier in the year than Rob does. But I think Rob should get some significant minutes, like because he's your point guard of the future. Like Mike Conley, he's up there. So
hmm
I think Rob should get some decent minutes. The Timberwolves, they still got them fifth title odds though after the trade.
oh, oh,
It's
fifth. I mean,
Boston,
the West
OKC.
is wide open. As far as the West is wide open. I feel like any one of them top 5 or 6 teams can make it to the finals, depending on matchups. Um, yeah, it's gonna be
Technically,
interesting to
they're
see.
technically they're second. They will like according to this, they're second best in the West. OKC is in
Who
front of
first?
them.
Okay, so
OKC. Okay. Well, West wise, OKC is first. Then Denver is literally right behind them.
okay.
Then the Mavericks.
Yeah, but I like the trade though. That was a good trade. I felt like that was one of the trades where both teams won. I can remember in a long time where both teams won for real, for real.
Pacers and Kings.
Yeah, yeah, that turned out good. Yeah.
What would you grade the trade on
Uh,
both sides?
the full trade was what it was. Dante,
It was Don,
Julius,
yeah, and
Dante
a
on the
second,
first
and I think a first round pick, but that's like far along the way for just Cat.
for this cat. Um, I won't give it a A. I give it like a B plus. I give it a B plus.
For who? Which team?
Both. Like I
Oh,
said,
both a
he was,
B.
yeah, both a B plus. I mean, well, no, Minnesota B plus. I'll give the Knicks. I'll give the Knicks a A. I'll give
Yeah,
the Knicks a A.
I gave the Knicks an A. I already
Yeah,
said
I'll
I
give the Knicks a
think
A.
they have solidified themselves as second best team in the East. And the Timberwolves, I don't think it's that bad. I see a lot of people, they be like, it's bad, but then after a couple of days they go back and they be like, it's not as bad as we thought. I think it's just the fact that the fit of Gobert and Randall, and like obviously Randall can shoot, but he's not the shooter as Cat that can help really space the floor. Like Cat was shooting like 40% from three, like 3 times in his career, which is pretty good. So I think that's really the problem. But I don't think the trade is is that bad. Because I think Randall's still gonna give you. He can give you 20, and Loki probably give you 10 still.
I mean, he's a second option, so he gonna have to get at least. He gonna have to put up them same numbers he did in New York if
Rudy
they want to
Gobert not
win.
the second option.
Hell no, that nigga not even the fourth option.
Well, Nas Reed, he not the second option.
Who? Not no, boy. No.
Oh my god! All right, though. Yeah, I just wanted Charles to give his input because since he didn't say it, but we're really gonna start the podcast off with our top 10 small forwards in the NBA going into next season. If you want to go first, you
All
can.
right. Going into the next season, I got for my top 10, I got KD at 1. I got Tatum at 2, Bron at 3, PG at 4, Jimmy at 5, Kawhi at 6, DeMar at 7, Scotty at 8, Brandon Ingram at 9, and Franz Wagner at 10.
Yeah, that's not.
I
Yeah,
was really kind of. Go ahead.
that's not bad. That's not a bad list. Now,
I
what was
was
you?
really Jimmy and PG was the ones where I was kind of flip floppy on because it's Jimmy's contract year, so players always play well during that contract year. But it was between him. I didn't know who to put between him and PG because they both got a lot to prove, and they both are set up to come into this season and play very well.
Man, I feel like it's always a competition between those two. But we'll speak of that after this. So for my top 10, at number 10, I have Franz Wagner. At number 9, I have Brandon Ingram. At number 8, I have DeMar DeRozan. At number 7, I got Scotty Barnes. At number 6, I got Jimmy Butler. At number 5, I got Kawhi Leonard. At number 4, I got Paul George. At number 3, I got Jason Tatum. And at number 2, I got Kevin Durant. And at number 1, I got King James. LeBron James still at number 1.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. But no, though. It's always like, first off, I didn't know if people was thinking of DeMar DeRozan as a small forward, though. Because he's been a 2 guard, but the past couple of years he's really been playing the small 4. So I was like, I could put him at small 4. I could put him there. He's still one of the best mid-range shooters in the game.
Yeah, I'll say our list was mostly the same. Our only thing is, I'm surprised you got Bron at 1. I
It's
feel
a
like
little
going
biased.
next.
It's a little biased. If
Because for me,
anything, I probably would have put Tatum at 1 and Kevin Durant at 2. KD at 1 though. I'm not shocked, but it's like, why is KD at 1?
well, I'll put KD at 1 because it's like a legacy thing now. Because after Bron is gone, it's going to be what KD and stuff. So after getting bounced out of the playoffs last year, I feel like KD coming to this year, he's gonna be on a mission because he don't got that long left to try to get another ring. And like I said, the West wide open. So if they could take advantage now, it'd be the right time. So I think KD at 1, like I said, because he has to prove it's a legacy. It's a legacy thing. Can you get another ring before you retire in the next couple of years?
Can he get another ring though with the Suns?
If let's say, like I said, the West is wide open. So depending on matchups, if they make their way to the finals, they'll probably be going against the Knicks, Boston, 76ers or the Bucks. I feel like they can beat the Bucks.
The Suns, Bucks.
They can beat them. The Celtics is going to be hard, and I think the Knicks is going to be hard. But they can definitely get
They could beat the
if they
Sixers.
get the right matchups. Yeah, they could beat the Sixers. They could beat the
Who's
Sixers.
stopping Nurkic against Joel?
Who's stopping KD? Paul George ain't gonna do
I
that.
got
And then
Paul
who gonna start
George.
Book?
Hey, I got Paul George.
What about Book? What about Book?
Who's stopping Tyrese Maxey?
Bradley Beal.
Come
on, Bradley Beal. He's not a scrub, bro. If you
I'm not
can't
saying he
leave
is
Bradley Beal,
scrub.
you can't leave that man wide open. And playoffs is all about matchups and stuff. So if they taking away KD and Book, I mean, you still got Bradley Beal that can go out there and get you 30 any given game. They got more firepower.
So
only thing is Joel.
KD, Book, Beal versus Joel, Paul George, and Tyrese Maxey.
Mm-hmm.
Paul George and KD. Well, KD and Joel. I'm just gonna say they cancel each other out, even though I think Joel is a better player right now. Book and Paul George, I take Book. Bradley Beal and Tyrese, give me Tyrese Maxey, bro. Give me Tyrese.
All come down to Beal. Beal is gonna be that X factor this season.
And I know what Tyrese Maxey gonna give me, bro. Man just dropped 30 points against the Knicks. Like, I know what Tyrese Maxey gonna do. Paul George, he been kind of bad in the playoffs, but that's neither here or there. I hope he plays better in the playoffs. Man, give me the Sixers, bro. Give me the Sixers. And I like KD and Book. I like them and Beal. I like them, but
and
Kawhi.
And like I want.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I wanted to put Tatum 1, only for the simple fact of how much he was disrespected this offseason. Like, numerous of analysts were saying, like, this is the only time they could think of a superstar on a team being this disrespected in the offseason. You know what I mean? Usually once you win the finals, you get all the championships, you get all these accolades. I mean, you get all this praise and stuff in the off season. But if you really think about it, ain't nobody really been talking about Jason Tatum for real, like, besides the Olympics and him getting benched and all that stuff like that. He hasn't really had no praise this offseason for winning that championship or winning gold for real. So it's like and then they talking about him not. Is he really the best player on this team, or is he really an MVP candidate for real? So he got a lot to prove.
I'm not gonna lie. If Kawhi Leonard was healthy, he would low-key be in the top 4.
Yeah.
He would, bro. He's not the defender he once was when he kind of first got to the Clippers, and definitely in San Antonio. But Kawhi Leonard plays the game right. He's a good mid-range shooter. Gotten better as 3 throughout his career. He's still really good. But with this injury, magical injury, I can't put him in the top 4. So I got to keep him there. Even though I do think Kawhi Leonard is better than Paul George, and I think he's better than Jimmy Butler. But for the sake of this, I have to put him below them.
And it's crazy because he's set up for a good season, too, because Paul George is gone. So they're going to ask more of him and James offensively. So, like, coming into this season, he like you said, he could have been in the top 4 because he's set up to play. He's set up to have a really good season. It's just that man can't stay healthy.
Can Brandon Ingram potentially move up in the rankings?
Depends on if he gets traded or not. Because watching media day and the Pelicans media day and stuff, they talked about they wanted to play a bunch of small ball, and small ball was their best lineup. But I really think they want to put the ball in Zion's hands from now on, and Brandon Ingram is the odd man out because you got DeJounte now, and you still got CJ. I think Brandon's the odd man out, so if he gets traded, he can definitely move up. But as of right now, no, I gotta keep him at 9.
I think a player that can move up, though, is Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes has all the tools to potentially be in top 5 small forward conversations. Up this scoring last year. Off the top of my head, I will look at the stats, but I know he was a better shooter and I think a better 3-point shooter last year. And if he can get that better, he can be up there. He was already a good passer, and it's like he's only just going to get better. So I think Scotty Barnes could be in an argument for a top 5 small forward in the NBA. How old is he now that I think about it?
He's like 23, I think. He young still.
He is 23. He basically just turned 23. Yeah, like his 3-point shooting, I mean, it could be better, but like from his rookie year, 30%, then his second year, 28, and then this past year, he went up to 34%. So he's only gonna get better. He can really be like and he averaged 6 assists. I think that's pretty good. 8 rebounds, 6 assists. He could give me 8, 7, and probably 23 points per game. Like I think he can really move up. Another person. Can Mikal Bridges get in the top 10 talks?
No, 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 no. Because I'm not saying talent wise he isn't one of the top small forwards, but going into next season, no, he doesn't have the opportunities like he did in Brooklyn. And then obviously with the addition of Cat and the re-signing of OG, it's a lot of people on that team that's gonna have the ball and get the ball. So production wise, nah. Mm.
I did have Mikal low key, like fringe top
He an
10.
honorable mention. Yeah, he an
I had
honorable
him like
mention.
fringe top 10. But I had Franz over him because I think Franz he has more opportunities. I do think he's a better offensive player than him. Now, once again, keep bringing up the shooting. It could get better, but I think with the new addition of KCP, I think Franz will shoot a little bit better. So, and the defense is just it's nowhere near like Mikal just clears him on the defensive end. But I
Yeah.
think Franz is right now better. But like, I mean, I had LeBron there because, like I said, bias, and I think because he still has a lot of responsibility on the Lakers, and we'll get into like the media day and all that stuff after this. But he just has so much responsibility, basically at 40 years old, basically having to be the second best rebounder, to be the facilitator, to still drop 25 points per game. And I saw somebody said, "Is LeBron the second best shooter on the Lakers?"
He
Is he?
damn near
No, if
is.
you think about
He
it, is
damn
he?
near is. He damn near is. I low key put D'Lo in front of him,
No,
but
I
after
put
that,
D'Lo in front of him too.
yeah.
If you
Is
had
he a
to think
better shooter
about
than
it,
Austin
though,
Reeves? Is he a better shooter than Austin Reeves?
do you trust
And
who?
then
Like when it comes to shooting, who do you trust more right now? LeBron at 40 or Austin Reeves right now? Just shooting,
wide
just shooting.
open, just wide open,
I mean, I think
wide open
just a
contested or
shooter.
whatever.
No, just a shooter, bro.
Honestly, I trust Austin Reeves more. I
Like,
trust Austin Reeves more. As a shooter, I'm trusting Austin
bro,
Reeves more.
just the fact that you even got to think about it, just
Man,
that's what I'm saying. Gotta be a shooter. Gotta be one of the best defenders on the team. He's not the best, but one of the best. He has so much responsibility, and it's
yeah,
like you basically gotta put him up there now. With Jason Tatum, I think Jason Tatum has a lot of responsibility too. I just don't think as much as Bron because Jason Tatum,
LeBron,
I
yeah.
ain't gonna say a super team, but he has a stacked team. But Jason Tatum, we saw in the playoffs, had to be the best scorer, had to be the best rebounder, had to be the best passer. He still basically has to do that in the regular season. So, I mean, I could put him at 2, but I'm gonna keep Kevin Durant. I'm gonna keep Kevin Durant at number 2 because what he's done, one of the best scores we have ever seen, the best efficient score we've ever seen. So it's like, but just LeBron, just like, man, is he the second best shooter on the team? It's actually kind of crazy. It's
Yeah.
actually when you got to think about it. But no, though, I think the top 10. I think our top 10 list is pretty. It's pretty accurate. It's nothing wrong with it because you had Kevin Durant at 1.
Yeah.
I still
Tatum at
think
2
Bron
and
better
Bron
than
at
him.
3.
I still think. So why
Oh
is
no, no,
Bron
no, no.
3? Why Bron?
Wait,
Why is Bron 3?
if see, I did mine going into next season. Like if we're doing like overall, like who's the best small forwards in the league, my list is totally different. But I got Bron at 3 because, like you said, I think that Tatum and KD they have a lot more to prove per se, and they have a lot more to like um do and like I said, prove. But with Bron, like you said, Bron, he's 40 years old and he still has to do everything on his team still, and uh wheel the Lakers to another championship. So
Uh, I probably, if it was me, I put Bron at 2, but 3. Eh, I'm not really upset at it. I'm not really upset at it. All right. Next thing we're gonna talk about is what we learned from NBA Media Day. Give us some things you learned from Media Day.
Boy,
This might be a long segment. This might be
oh
a
my
long
god!
segment, y'all.
First off, first and foremost, Steve Kerr. What has this man been smoking? But from the Olympics and mentioned Jason Tatum to now, he wants Krasinski and Aaron Wiggins to shoot 6 to 7 threes a game. Gee, they're not even volume 3 point shooters in order for you to do. Maybe Krasinski, but Wiggins, come on, bro. You want Wiggins shooting 7 threes? And he talked about, he said he wants to be a high volume 3 point shooting team this season. But didn't they lead the league? I'm not, don't quote me on this, but they were in the top five of threes made or threes attempted in the last couple of years. Am I wrong? Like they
I
attempt a lot of threes already.
I will look. I would definitely look that up.
But anyway, like, bro, you got non-shooters or people who don't shoot that well from the three taking 7 threes a game. Come on, dog. Y'all not gonna win like that. Yeah, maybe before in the past that would have worked because you got Clay and Steph. But now you just got Steph. What other knockdown shooters do they really have besides Steph?
So in the last 3 years, so in 22, they were third in the 3-point attempts with 39. And in 23, they were number one with 43 attempts. And last year, they were number three with 38 attempts per game.
Yeah, bro. So you top three in the league in the last couple of years, bro. Like, how many more threes are y'all gonna take? And then, like I said, they don't really have any knockdown shooters besides Steph. Only other person I can
And
think of
Buddy
that's a really
Hill.
good shooter.
Buddy Hill.
Well, Buddy, yeah, you're right, Buddy, and that's about it.
No,
And
like
you got
3-point people, 3-point players. It's really Steph, Buddy.
and probably what Brzezinski. That's about it.
Yeah, really. Yeah, them.
And now you're gonna have Draymond attempting more threes. You're gonna have Wiggins attempting more threes. You're gonna have Kaminga attempting more threes. And no disrespect to them, but they're not no 3 point shooters.
And Brandon last year in 74 games, he only attempted 3 per game. So what you want him? Because remember when we was talking about that like a month ago? He wanted him to shoot like 6 threes per game.
Mm-hmm.
And Wiggins, the most he shot 3-point attempts was 2 years ago. He attempted 6 per game, but that was only in 37 games. But he attempted 6, and he shot 39%, which is the most in his career. The
But
highest percentage in his
it was
career.
only the sample size was what 30 games.
37 games.
Yeah, 30, 40 games. Like we gotta see what you do throughout the course of a season,
But
not
credit
half of
though,
a season.
but credit in 22, he attempted 5 per game and shot 39.3%. Led
Okay.
in 2 years ago, it was 39.6 on 6
Okay.
attempts. So
Okay.
we've seen it, but it's like, what you want them to come down on fast breaks and shoot and just like he wants everybody to start shooting. What he want Kevon Looney to start shooting. So that means Draymond Green. And Draymond Green, credit, he shot better last year from 3. I think that was his best percentage off the top of my head. So he just wants the whole team to start shooting this fast-paced offense. If they probably was one of the highest fast-paced teams in the NBA. I need to look that up, but I wouldn't be shocked if they were.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, bro, I think what I learned, well, also what I learned from media day. Draymond, he got into it with a reporter. I honestly think, I honestly think that that Warriors team is coming to an end, G. I don't know if they're gonna let Steve Kerr go and try to get a new coach in there, or if they're gonna let Draymond go. Because when I was watching the media day and stuff, it just looked like everyone the energy was off. Like the energy was like we're here. We lost Clay. We know our team's not gonna do that good this year. It was just a lot of down faces and mopey faces, bro. I think the stature and one of them is gone between Draymond, Steve Kerr, or some changes are going to be made this year before the end of this year or after. It don't look too well over there.
Steve Kerr, I know he signed a 2-year extension. Draymond Green, he has 2 years left on his deal, so everything lines up. Because Steph just signed that big 1-year deal, but that was on top of the contract he's still on. So I think Steph has 3 more years left, I think, or 2. So everything is aligned together, so they can all rise off into the sunset.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, I saw Draymond Green got into reporter, and the reporter basically asked like they're worried about you, and he said basically why they worried about me.
yeah,
And it's like, bruh, because we saw last year when you was off the court doing dumb stuff, the Warriors were not a good team. Yes, you are older, but you are well now. You probably the second most important player on the team. They need you for your defense. You're still a good defensive player, and especially since Steve Kerr is definitely gonna run out this small lineup. And another thing I'll say this after this, like they need you because we all think Kaminga is the second best scorer or the second best scorer on the team or whatever, but Draymond Green, you are the second best player. And without them, if it's just Steph and basically rolling out with another group of young guys, y'all not gonna go nowhere.
you're
So
not gonna
they
go
need you to
nowhere.
at least fight for at least a playoff spot. Like
And
that's what they need you to do.
and see, that's what I mean. Cause like him getting into the reporter, bro, he honestly did not have to get into it with the reporter. I don't know what was going on with him, but like it's like he got into it with the reporter for no reason. Like the question, in my opinion, was valid. You know what I mean? People are worried about you. You getting suspended. You getting doing all this stuff and beating people, beating your teammates up.
Bro,
Like
you
you know
punched
what I
two
mean,
people
bro?
last. You put one person in the chokehold and then you punched another dude.
That's what I'm
Yes, we're
saying, bro. For
worried
like
about you, bro.
you can't get mad at that question. That's a valid question, and I feel like he just popped off on him for no reason.
Bro, did you see what when Steve Kerr said that basically everybody's starting position is up for grabs outside of Steph? I said, bro, what are we
What?
doing? What, bro? What? Why? So wait a minute, hold on. He said Draymond, but we know damn well Draymond started.
Yeah,
So, but I
Draymond
was
starting,
like,
bro.
so let me get this straight. You guys were basically telling the Utah Jazz, "Hey man, we ain't getting rid of Brandon Brzezinski, man. We want to keep him. He's one of our future stars on the team in a couple of years. Why isn't he a guarantee a starting spot?
Hmm.
What are
Or
we talking
Kaminga.
about,
Or Kaminga. Why isn't Kaminga guaranteeing the starting spot?
bro? What Steve Kerr? What is he talking about,
This
bro?
is what I'm talking about, man. I, I think Steve Kerr has coaching fatigue. All them championships they won, and all them finals appearances, and playoff berths, and all that took a toll on him. I think all that took a toll on him. Cause ain't no
Bro,
way you talking like this, bro. Unless you on some pop. I mean, he is from Pop's coaching tree. So unless you on some Jedi mind trick stuff,
bro,
I don't understand why you say that.
the starting lineup should be Steph Curry, AirPods, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kaminga, and Draymond Green. Small team whatsoever. But that is clearly your 5 best players on the team. But you know one thing? I wouldn't be shocked if he put Buddy Hield in the starting lineup over AirPods. I won't be shocked if he did something like that. I won't be. I swear to God, I won't. I swear to God, I won't, bro. I will not be shocked if I see Buddy Hield starting on opening night, bro. I will not be shocked at all. Um, I'll say my media day thing. Joel Embiid said he lost 25 to 30 pounds.
Yeah, I seen
He
that. I seen
said
that.
he said that he's
Seen
worried
that.
about getting to the postseason because every year I think I said it last week, he's always gets hurt and underperforms in the postseason. So I think he's really starting to be like, man, he's not old, but he is 30. And it's like, how long do I have left to play at a top 3 level in the NBA? And especially when I got Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre, Caleb Martin, all these other good players on my team. This might be the best team. He might think it, I don't know, but he might think this is the best team I ever had here in Philly. So, to make sure we could potentially get to our goal, I have to get in shape. Now,
Mm-hmm.
we have to wait and see how he looks, how he plays to say, you know what? Joel B looks faster, he looks slimmer, he's not bending down because he always every time they hit the free throw line, he always bend down because he be tired. So we have to wait and see. But just from saying that, you know what? I said they trying to really win. They really trying to win this year.
Well, I was gonna say another one. I looked at the Lakers. Well, no, before I get to the Lakers, the Hornets, bro. I watched Lamelo's interview. I
I
truly
didn't watch
understand
this.
why,
What he say?
bro. I understand why people say he does not care about basketball,
What he
bro.
say? What he say?
He answered every question. First off, he didn't even answer the questions. He nonchalantly answered every question. So they probably ask him. They's like, yeah, so you have some ankle problems, like what type of things did you do in the off season to combat that? Yeah, I got some ankle braces and tried to see which ones fit well for me. So yeah, that was good. I'm
That's
like,
what he said.
yes, bro. Like he wasn't, bro. And then they kept trying to go deeper and deeper. Oh well, so have you talked to people like Steph Curry and blah 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 about your ankle problems? He's like, yeah, Steph had those problems with his ankles, and for me, it was just getting the right fit and trying new braces, and yeah, that was about it. Like, bro, he was so nonchalant throughout the whole entire video. I mean, the whole entire interview. But I still doesn't think he doesn't care about basketball. I think it's just the media. He don't really care too much for the media. I just want to get on the court, hoop, and go home, bro. And I'm just like Marshawn Lynch. I'm just doing this so I don't get fined. But that boy was so nonchalant up there. He barely answered any questions, bro. Did you see the Ben Simmons interview?
When he said people forget how I really am.
Yeah, like bro, when I was looking at the interview, they was talking to that man like he had retired already. They was like, it was like, yeah, Ben, we haven't seen you play like this since and last time you played, you were this. I mean, I get it. He's been injured for the last couple of years, but y'all talking to this man like he finna have his farewell tour.
Hey man, I said Ben Simmons on the it's on the revenge tour. He's definitely on the revenge tour. And no, maybe I might be delusional, so I might be falling for the hype. But I
I
mean,
don't
I
think
have
he's
no
gonna be
choice.
there all season though. I don't think
You
he's
said
gonna be there all season.
I've seen people say that like I think they just want him to. They hope he plays good, and then they can trade him
And
off.
trade him. Hmm.
But I got something else about Ben Simmons later. Uh, the Lakers. You was about to say something, but LeBron said there should be no expectations on the new look Lakers. LeBron, I love you, but first of all, this is not new look Lakers. This is the same exact team from last year. It's the
You
same
got
team,
two
bro.
new people. Your son and Dalton Connect.
Connect. I'm like, bro. And credit, I don't think the Lakers are a championship team, but it's like while LeBron's on the team, it's like, man, we want you. It's like you basically got to win a championship. So I kind of agree with that. And I also saw JJ Redick wants Anthony Davis to shoot more threes.
Hmm.
Anthony Davis, his shot, at least from three, I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what happened. But if Anthony Davis can shoot more 3-pointers, I think that's a plus. It helps spacing with the floor for the Lakers. Helps LeBron get to the rack easily. Like it helps. So I do hope AD shoots more threes. How many, like just off that, how many you think he'll attempt per game?
Three.
Just off. That's it.
Three.
That's
I think
it.
he only attempted three. Yeah, only three. Because I think he only attempted one last year.
Man, he might how JJ Redick saying he might attempt like 6.
Nah, damn, that's too many.
And D'Angelo Russell said teams be worried about him.
Oh, bro, don't hold
You
on.
saw that?
But before I get to D'Lo, bro, JJ Redick also said he wanted Bron to play more off ball. I think that right there is gonna let LeBron play another year or two, maybe three. But put him more down. I think JJ Redick's gonna put him more down on the block and let D'Lo handle the ball more and let their guards handle the ball more. But as far as D'Lo, bro, I think D'Lo time is up, bro, and he know it. I'm not even gonna lie. I was watching that whole interview, bro, and he looked uncomfortable. And then he talked about he won't be surprised. You know, he kept saying, if I would have came back, if I would have came back. And then he talked about how, Laker Nation, they talk so much stuff about him and bad mouthing him and trashing him. And then he talked about, this is a whole new team. JJ's coming in here implementing new things, and it's a lot of new structure. And I think D'Lo gone, bro. Just by looking at his body language and how he was answering questions, bro. I think he gone already. I don't think D'Lo will make it on be on the Lakers after the trade deadline.
Dang, after the trade deadline?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be on the Lakers no more, bro. I think they're gonna trade him mid-season.
Okay, well, if the Lakers
because he was
trade,
already a scapegoat last year.
Man, I said that last year. I said D'Lo gonna be the scapegoat regardless. It don't matter. That bro, D'Lo had a great game. D'Lo had that great game in Game 3. Or was that Game 4? No, it was Game 3 against the Nuggets. We still lose. Then what was that? The next game, he dropped 0 points. Bruh, it don't matter. D'Lo's going to be the scapegoat regardless. He's going to be the scapegoat regardless, bro. I got another one. The Raptors, they basically are going into this year as now expectations. They're basically saying, like, because I saw Jakob Hurtle, he basically said, like, this is, he didn't say a rebuilding, but that's basically what it said. It's like, this is like a rebuilding team, so what expectations should be put on us? And I was like, might be.
You have to be competitive. That's one only expectation you guys to be competitive.
I mean, can they fight for playing?
Yeah, they can. Because the East is so weak, they can.
I mean, I like
they don't
Scotty.
Really have no expectations.
I like Scotty. RJ Barrett's good. Quickly's good. Bruce Brown, I think he's going to be gone in like the trade deadline. I think he's going to be gone. Then after that, I don't know what they're doing. After that, I don't know what they're doing. But they are building something. And also, the Rockets, I saw they want to play at a faster pace. I saw Fred VanVleet. He said that Ime Udoka, he said Amen Thompson is basically like, he could put him anywhere on the court, ball, because he can ball handle, rebounding. He could do all of that stuff. And Fred said, want to shoot more threes and just be a faster pace. And I'm like, you know what? The Rockets, they got a lot of good players on that team, and they do got a lot of like shooters. You got Fred, you got Dylan Brooks. I think Jalen Green is a good 3-point shooter. Man, who else in the starting?
They got a lot of athletes too. They got a lot of young athletic wings on that team. So being more fast paced, I understand that because you got all these athletes. Imagine Ken Whitmore and Jalen Green.
Forgot about Ken,
and Amen Thompson on a fast break, bro. Oh my God! All of them got at least. I don't know if they 40-inch verticals, but all of them are high jumpers. Every single last one of them.
You got another one? I know you talked to you earlier. You said about the Pelicans. You kind of said something about them.
Before I get to the Pelicans, AD. JJ Redick wants AD. Well, the AD said he didn't care about individual accolades. He's lying. But He's definitely lying because he was emotional about him not winning the Defensive Player of the Year or even being in a conversation for it for real. But JJ Redick talked about getting AD some of those accolades. So I think JJ Redick is gonna try to put Anthony Davis in a position to where he can try to obtain the Defensive Player of the Year. Because I think he was only in talks for it like what, once or twice, but he's never won. And that's crazy.
They be giving it to Rudy Gobert.
That's crazy. But as far as the Pelicans, um, Zion, the big talk of the Pelicans is Zion's dropped some weight.
And he got a beard.
And he got a beard. He look like what damn, never mind. I was gonna talk about some dude from the movie. I can't remember the dude's name though. But yeah, he looks a little slimmer. Um I'm still kind of worried about that team and no big. They gotta figure that out. Cause Zion playing the 5 all season is not gonna do it, bro.
They're going to roll out a starting lineup of DeJounte, CJ, Brandon Ingram, Herb Jones, and Zion Williamson. That's what they're going to do. It's either that.
Bro.
It's either that, or if you put Daniel Tice in, I'm not doing it. But Willie Green, it wouldn't shock me. He'd probably put Herb Jones on the bench, keep CJ McCollum in there. I wouldn't be shocked if he did something like that. If that's Daniel Tice starting.
If that's the case, they might as well just flip Brandon Ingram for a big, bro.
They've been trying to, bro, but nobody want that. Nobody want it. And I saw something. I don't think it was the Hawks specifically, but I saw something like maybe like a month ago. They said like nobody basically wants to get Brandon Ingram like that max contract, and especially he played bad in the playoffs.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because he's been injury prone on top of that.
Injury prone.
Because he's been injured every year since he's been with the Pelicans.
Besides that year, he won Most Improved. He was really good that year. That was like his first year with them. He's been good that year. But yeah, them not having a big, it's just because like your really legit rebounders on at least in the starting 5, Zion don't even rebound like that.
DeJounte and Herb Jones.
What did DeJounte average?
I think he had like 5 or 6 boards last year.
Still ain't good enough. And then who's gonna be your closing lineup? Who's gonna be the closing lineup?
Oh, they probably put Trey Murphy in. Well, nah. That's a great question because Trey Murphy he deserves to be in the closing lineup. Probably the same starting 5 to be honest.
Hey, if Trey Murphy is playing good, like in that game and whatever time it is, he will stay in there. They might put CJ or Brandon Ingram down. Not all the time, but sometimes. Let me see. Trey Murphy, he averaged rebounds 4. I know Zion gave me 6. Brandon Ingram, this man gave no, I think that can't be no, okay, here we go. He only gave me 5. They don't got no big man.
And what about DeJounte?
Like you said, 5. He averaged 5.
Wow.
So from your starters, you can't rebound. Jokic, like you've been saying, Jokic, Embiid, like they gonna get killed on the rebounds. They gonna
even
get
Nurkic,
killed.
Sabonis, like AD, like they ain't got nobody to rebound. Sagoon, like it's so many bigs out in the West.
I had 2 more. They popped in my head, but Jordan Poole says they expect to make the play-in, man.
Hey, he's starting at point guard.
2 guard. Malcolm Brogdon starting. I would think.
No. They said Jordan Poole starting at point guard.
He's
starting at the 1 this season. Yeah, he's starting at the 1 this season.
So Malcolm Brogdon coming off the bench?
Probably, yeah.
So they go, let's start. So Jordan Poole, is it Bilal Coulibaly? He might start?
probably, and then
Kuzma,
Kuzma.
Sar, and Valanciunas.
Mm-hmm.
That's very interesting. Oh yeah, last thing. Giannis said him and Dame did not work out at all this summer. Is that a problem?
Like work out together. Like they
Yeah,
didn't
they
work out
didn't work
together.
out together like
No,
all
I don't
summer.
think that's a problem. No, I don't think that's a problem. I don't think that's a problem at all. Most of the time, NBA players don't work out with their teammates until they come back to training camp, or they do like little pickup games like a couple of weeks before, or they have like a little mini training camp. But no, I don't see that as a that's not a problem. It's not a problem at all.
And oh, we forgot about this, even though we kind
Mm.
of talked about it last week. Jimmy Butler came into training camp on no BS. You know, last time, the first time he came in with the fake dreads. Then last year he came in
The
with the emo look. This year he came
emo
in
Jimmy.
regular. He came in
It's
regular.
kind of like it's contract year. He trying to get that money. He trying to get that money. He said, "I'm finna come in here on business."
He no games, bro. He like you said it last week. He want that money, man. So he said, man, I gotta take this for real. So no BS, because he showed it came in with that emo, no fake
Pat
dread. That was
Riley
crazy.
talking about Pat Riley talking about he don't want to pay me. All right, I gotta show him, and somebody gonna pay me.
So are we gonna get? Could we potentially get
Bubble
an
Jimmy.
MVP type Jimmy Butler year? Cause
Hey, that's why I told you I had him between him and Paul George. I didn't know who to pick because, like I said, Jimmy contract year. People play out of their mind during their contract year. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy played like 70 something games this year.
hey, that
He at least gonna play 65 because he gonna try to make an All NBA team. Because if he make that All NBA team, he can use that as in his contract negotiations to say like, "Hey, I'm still this All NBA player, so I need y'all to pay me that bad."
okay. I do have two more. Kawhi Leonard, they asked Kawhi Leonard about the Paul George, and he basically said that Paul George isn't his savior. Because they was talking about like, are you upset that he left? You know, what you think about it?
Mm.
And he basically said, like, Paul George ain't my savior. Like, I really don't need him. I mean, I like him like a brother or whatever, but he said I don't need him. So it's like, it's Kawhi Leonard, and especially since he got the knee issue, it sounds like he's somewhat on business, and he said, and he's gonna try and like start the regular season, like start it off.
Yeah, I agree with him. I don't think PG is their savior, but you can definitely use him right now. You injured and you might not start the season off. So it look like you do need him. He may not be your savior, but you need him.
And this is my last thing. Jason Tatum, their media days was like a week before because they went to Dubai this week and whatever. But he said, "This is not the best of me. Like, this is not the best of
Mm,
Jason Tatum."
mm.
You agree with that? Like, this is not the best of him.
Uh, I think he still got some left on the bone. They say that he tweaked his shot this summer too.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you see the video? I
so
forgot to show you that, but did you see it?
no,
The
I
vi-
didn't see it. I
I'll
didn't see
find
it.
it after this.
But
But
yeah, I think he does still have a lot of well, I wouldn't say a lot, but he definitely does have some meat on the bone still. I think Jason Tatum could be a more efficient, and I think he could be a better scorer. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tatum averaging 30 plus like Joel Embiid. He has that potential. Um, yeah, and more consistency. But yeah, I don't think this is the best Jason Tatum yet. I don't think it is.
I definitely don't think this is the best of Jason Tatum. I think we can definitely see a better version of him, a better
Hmm.
passer. Can Wouldn't be shocked, maybe not this year, but sometime in his career, he gives me 10 rebounds. Definitely a better volume scorer. Like, we can definitely, this is not the best. We can definitely see a better version of him. And the same goes with Jalen Brown. And you said it last, and I think you said it last week or the week before. I mean, Jalen Brown got something to prove to him. He got something to prove too. You know, didn't make the Olympic team. Yeah, you won the the finals and the conference finals, but it's like it feels like people still didn't give them those two respect. And somebody, I remember this like maybe like in the middle of summer, they said, "Man, this might be the worst summer I've seen like a championship player type get, because how do you not get respect and y'all win? Y'all finally get over the hump, but people still not messing with us and
Don't
nobody
even
respects us
view
still."
y'all. They don't even view them as the well. Of course, they're the champions, but I feel like people don't even view them as the champions, bro. I feel like they view them like that Lakers bubble championship. Like, yeah, y'all champions, but y'all ain't really champions.
But that is it for our NBA Media Day reactions. The Lakers, y'all got to do better because that was not it. But we're going to get into previewing the Atlantic Division, which consists of the NBA champions, the Boston Celtics, the New York Knicks, the Brooklyn Nets, the Toronto Raptors, and who was the other team?
Philly.
The Philadelphia 76ers. Let's start off with probably the weakest team in the league, the Brooklyn Nets. What are we expecting from them this year?
A bunch of losing. That's literally all I'm expecting from them is a bunch of losing. Cam Thomas and Ben Simmons putting up empty calorie stats. But other than that, I'm expecting a bunch of nothing from them, bro. I expect them to be, if not last in the league, they definitely gonna get a top 3 pick this year.
Honestly, from the Brooklyn Nets, I'm expecting losing. I'm expecting them to basically have a super fire sale. I expect Dorian Finney-Smith to be off that team. I wouldn't be shocked if Ben Simmons gets off that team. I think they still got Bogdanovich from when they got the Knicks. I think he will be off this team. I ain't gonna lie, it wouldn't be shocking to me if Nick Claxton was off this team, even though he just signed a big deal. I will not be shocked. And it's like I praised the Nets I gave there when they traded for those picks an A, but it's like, bruh, this is really just a waste of a year. Try to get that first overall pick, even though, well, really now it doesn't really matter what the record is. As long as you have one of the worst records, you get a chance to get first overall. So just try to really have the first overall picks. And I've said it. I wouldn't be shocked if the Nets start out like early, like hot in the beginning of the year, like 11-6 or something, and then they be like, hey, the Nets, they looking a little scary, but then it's like, no, bro. Cam Thomas is just out there shooting. I mean, their best thing they have is Cam Thomas. Oh, and Cam Johnson. I think he's gonna be gone too.
Yeah, I think this is the bit low key. Besides them, the what is it? The Nets and the Raptors.
Yeah.
Besides them two, I think this is the best division in the East.
Oh yeah. This is easily the best division because they're starting 5. It's Ben starting.
Yes, Ben's gonna start.
Dennis Schroeder, Cam Thomas, Cam Johnson, Ben Simmons, and Nick Claxton. Hey man, that's starting 5 on paper. That ain't bad. I ain't gonna lie. That ain't that bad. I'm just saying that ain't bad. Dennis Schroeder don't suck. He don't.
He don't.
Like, I mean, hey, on paper that ain't a bad team. I might play with them on 2K. Well, I don't got 2K, so let me.
Ain't nobody playing with them on 2K.
I know. Hey, I see somebody on the internet. They a legit diehard Brooklyn fan. They love the Nets.
That's because they finna get Cooper Flag.
Hey, I saw something that said a high executive. He not high on Cooper Flag this year. He's not high on him, and I think you said it like a month ago. You said that like I don't think you said like he was weak or nothing, but it's like you aren't high on him as all these other people are. There might be other players that might be just better than him or might go higher overall than him.
Yeah, he gotta show me something at Duke. He gotta show me something.
He gonna play good, but I expect the Nets to be at the bottom of the East. If they not, I know we talked about the Wizards, so who you put your money on like worse in the East, Wizards or the Nets?
Oh, the Wizards in that division.
Not the
So
Wizards in the
Raptors.
division.
Between the Wizards and the Raptors. I'm not
No, the
right.
Wizards and
Nets.
the Nets. Who the worst?
Who's the worst? Low key, I'm gonna say the Nets still. I think Washington has more pieces than them. Because besides being a Cam, I mean, well yeah, you still got Shooter in them, but they got Alex Sarr, Valanciunas, Kuzma, Poole. I like that more than the Nets.
Uh, if I had to choose, gun to my head, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with the Wizards. Gun to my head.
Someone gun in my head. Gun to your head, name me 5 DDG songs.
Hey, DDG songs? I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gone, bro. I'm gone, bro. Off the top gun to my head, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I don't know. I only know one song, and that's Moonwalking in Calabasas. That's it.
Calabasas.
That's it. That's it, bro. Like literally off the top of my head. Yeah, that's it. Bro. And then the person say you got 10 seconds. You might
I'm
as well
cook.
just
You cook.
you might as
You
well
cook,
just
bro.
you might as well be cool, bro. I'm like, yeah, nah, bro. But the Nets, man, the Nets are they're not a good team, and I do expect them to be at the bottom of the East and potentially Cooper Flag in a white and black jersey. The next team, the Toronto Raptors. What are we expecting from them this year?
I'm expecting them to be competitive. I think they're still gonna lose some games. They might fight for a play-in, but I expect them to be competitive, and I expect them to be a lottery team. I think Scotty, RJ, and Quickly are gonna put up their stats, of course. But I think Polo's gone as well. Polo doesn't really fit their timeline, so I think they might flip Polo and try to get some more draft compensation back, and try to build more throughout the draft.
Who's gonna start for center then?
Once they trade them,
Yeah, like if they trade him,
what's that?
who are they signing or like who what
What's
other
going on?
big?
It's they got a big on their team. What's that
I'm
dude
looking at the roster. I see some dude named Yuldrich Kasume Chumi. I don't know. I've never heard of him.
name?
Oh, and they still got Chris Boucher. Chris Boucher. Oh, I thought Chris Boucher
Yeah,
was.
Boucher.
Chris Boucher might be. I don't think he's a good player. Chris Boucher older than Yaka. Surprisingly, Chris Boucher 31. Yako
Mm,
28.
they still got Kelly Olynyk.
Oh, I forgot about Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk old too.
They got Bruno Fernando. So I mean, but you gotta think, bro. This team is gonna be a weak team in the East, so it's like they gonna be competitive, but they still gonna be a lottery team. So give your young players more reps. Allow them to get better, and then you still get a lottery pick, and you can either flip that or draft someone, and try to rebuild your team quicker. But I
The
do
rap
expect them to be competitive.
the Raptors, I do expect them to be kind of bottom of the East, fight for a play-in spot. They do have pieces, but then when I look at the roster, I feel like they got too many pieces. I feel like they're kind of guard heavy. You got Jacoby Walters, Jamal Shea. I like Jamal Shea. He was good when he played for Houston. You traded for Davion Mitchell. You still got Grady Dick. And it's like, and Ochi Abaji. It's like, why do y'all have all these young guards? I feel like y'all should probably flip some of them young guards and try to get some more veteran type players on your team. Like your veteran really is probably Bruce Brown. If
Kelly
somebody wants to
Olynyk.
consider him, yeah, Kelly Olynyk. But after that, that's it. So I think they're kind of moving in the right direction, when I look, it's like, I still don't kind of know what you guys are doing. But the Raptors, I do expect them to potentially fight for a play-in. I think the core is really quickly RJ and Scotty because they paid quickly like 30 some million. Is he worth that?
Yeah,
You think he
30
worth that?
mil.
Yeah.
Nah, I think it's didn't he win 6 man, right?
Well, for the Knicks?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was the six man.
yeah. So yeah, I think that's why they really paying him 30 mil. But I'll probably say he like a little under 30, probably like in the 25 range. Um, but yeah, he's 25. RJ's 24. Scotty's 23. Pogo's 28. So like Pogo's not that far ahead of them, but he doesn't really still fit their time. I
Yeah.
think they, like you said, they got a lot of guards. I think they gonna have a oh shit. I think they gonna have a fire sale too.
I think I ain't gonna lie. Grady Dick was good at Kansas. I don't
Yeah,
think he's
ain't
the
it?
answer though.
Hey, look,
I
I'm
mean,
not gonna lie to you. I saw that coming in the league, bro. Like he's just not. He just his ball hit well. Who knows how he does this upcoming season? Hopefully he plays better, but his ball handling isn't at an elite level. And then his best attribute was shooting, but he didn't really shoot that well last year. So hopefully he comes into this season shooting better. And he's not athletic enough. Um, he's 6'6", but he's not really that athletic. He's not really that quick laterally. So I don't think Grady Dick's it either. I
you
think that
think
was just one of them picks they had to pick.
you think Jacoby Walters makes like a difference? Because last year with Baylor, he was their best player, and he played good. Obviously, college NBA, but you think he can make an impact this year?
This year, no. I don't think it'll be this year unless some like barring injuries or something like that. Then yeah, but as it stands right now, no. He reminds me of another Bones Highland.
Yeah.
Honestly, Bones Highland quickly they are remind me of the same type of player. Um, but that means because he's 20, that means in order for him to make an impact, he would have to get take over Davion Mitchell,
I think he
Grady
can, but
Dick.
not right away.
Grady Dick, Ochai Abaji,
I
and
think
some
he might be
guards.
better
You
than
gotta,
Ochi. I thought Ochi was gonna be good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was gonna be decent.
yeah.
Coming
So he
off
got some
Kansas
guard.
that championship year, I thought Ochi Abaji was gonna be decent. Time comes to
So he
find
got,
out, he ain't it.
nah, yeah, he got some guards to play that he got to play in front of. I don't think he'll make an impact this year
I
unless he just go
wouldn't.
like stupid dummy in the G League.
Oh, he started. You think he started G League?
I don't think he'll start in the G League, but I think he's gonna spend most of his time down in the G League.
I wouldn't be shocked if they do flip Bruce Brown. He gets in the starting lineup
Mm.
with quickly, Jacoby, move RJ to 3. Well, RJ will play 3 regardless. Then Scotty Barnes at the 4. I wouldn't be shocked. I think it would be either be him or Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell, in a new environment,
He is
he
six
plays better.
four. Yeah,
Oh,
I ain't know he was, Walters.
yeah.
They backcourt gonna be small though, because quickly is only 6'2".
I mean, people be having they might run a lineup out there with Davion Mitchell and quickly at some point. Not like fully, but like at certain stints. And Davion Mitchell only 6 foot. It's just he's really good defender. He's like I thought Davion Mitchell was gonna because man, when he came out of Baylor, he was really good.
Yeah, he
And it's
hot.
like I feel like it kind of isn't his fault. He had De'Aaron Fox there on the Kings. Then Tyrese was there. And
Hmm.
then they flipped Tyrese. And then it's like, okay, you get more responsibility. And it's like, he just never. And then
Yeah, he
Malik
had
Monk
his
takes the
chance.
shot.
He had his opportunity. He didn't run away with it though. He definitely had an opportunity to.
But the Raptors, I mean, I expect them to be below average. I don't think they're going to be like super trash, but I think they'll be like a below average team, honestly. So I like Scotty, though. Scotty gonna be picked up in fantasy, man. Scotty might go in like the 4th round. I wouldn't be shocked.
Nah, he might go higher than that, bro. He might go like third. He might like go third round. Cause you gotta think about it, bro. He finna put up a lot of empty stats.
Scotty Barnes in the 3rd round?
Yeah.
The third round.
Yes.
I gotta
Yeah.
look at some other fantasy players, bro. Oh, third, man, that's a third round. Cause Scotty, if off the top of my head, I think he averaged like 40, like matter of fact, like mid 40s. I think at one point
Mid
maybe
40s to
50.
50s. Yeah. Yeah. So he he gonna go third round, bro. Because it's just he has so much of an opportunity now. Because now the coaches, what's the name of their coach? I can't remember his name.
It's I kind of know the name. I just can't pronounce it. It's
Igor or something like that.
Darko Radovic. That's the best
Uh,
I could.
uh,
Darko Radovic. That's the best I could do.
but he talked about Scotty being the best player in the league. So
He definitely was capping. But I mean, that's what you do for your best player, and like that's what you do. So I don't have a problem with that. But he definitely was lying. All right, the next team, the Philadelphia 76ers. What do we expect from your team this year?
well, with the Sixers, um, I think that move with the Knicks, it low key put them in the shadow of everybody else. And so that could be a good thing and a bad thing. It could be a good thing because you don't have a limelight on you 24/7. So when you lose those games, you're not supposed to lose, and you're having difficulties to start the year because I think they're gonna have difficulties to start the year just because of team chemistry. But so them not having that light on them, I think that does them just.
You're muted. Yeah.
That does them justice, and that allows them to lock in more and build that team camaraderie. Also, they're my dark horse team. I believe in them boys. I think they can make some noise with Joel Embiid in the PG pick and roll, or even Tyrese Maxey in PG role, or vice versa, because they got their guards doing as a screen man now. So um, they're gonna be good. Only thing is, it's the others, bro. It's the Caleb Martins, it's the Eric Gordons, it's the Kelly Oubre's. What are y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna bring it every single night? Because we got PG, Tyrese, and Embiid, but are these others going to come along with someone different, going to come along with us every single night to help us win these games in the NBA? Uh, so yeah. Ricky Council. I think Ricky Council is gonna get a lot of minutes for them. I've watched him this summer in the Rico Hines, and then even in summer league, he looked like he's ready to step out on the floor and play some NBA minutes.
Um, the 76ers, Joel Embiid is one of my favorite players in the NBA. Tyrese Maxey is good. Paul George is still one of my favorite players in the NBA. So I definitely think they have the roster to definitely win a championship. And I'm gonna echo what you said with the others. What are we expecting from basically 50-year-old Eric Gordon, Caleb Martin, Kelly Oubre? You bring back an old Kyle Lowry. You do got Andre Drummond on the bench, who is he's a great backup big man. He's a great backup big man
Jared
because
McCann.
yes, and I was just gonna say Jared McCain. I'm surprised you ain't say him. I like Jared McCain. I don't care about all that other stuff people talk about. I think he's a decent basketball player as a rookie. And they still got KJ Martin. I think can contribute. Will he play a lot? I don't know. But I think their bench, it's like, it's not a bad bench, but it's like, where is the firepower coming from off the bench?
Eric
Like,
Gordon.
but Eric
Eric
Gordon
Gordon.
hasn't been, I ain't gonna lie. He really ain't been really that good since Houston when Harden was there. And Eric Gordon is old now. So you're basically gonna ask Jared McCain, old Eric Gordon, all them type of guys to contribute. And because the starting lineup, I think is gonna be Tyrese Maxey, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, Caleb Martin, and Joel. That's a small lineup, somewhat. Like, Caleb Martin, he's like, I think he's a tall guy, but he's not a big guy. He's not big. And Kelly Oubre, obviously, he's not big, but it definitely helps space on the floor because basically everybody on that in that starting five can shoot. So the Sixers, I think they definitely have the team to definitely win a championship. And I've already said I think they're the third best team in the East. It's the only thing I'm really worried about is their bench. That's really it.
Caleb's 6'5", 205,
That's not
and
tall.
Kelly is 6'7", 203.
See, Caleb is 6'5". I ain't gonna lie, he looked taller on TV. 6'5", 205. That ain't it. And Kelly Oubre, he's 6'7", 203.
Yeah.
That's not that's not a lot of physicality on that team. So like obviously Joel, but like he's really your biggest guy.
I mean, but Nick Nurse is a great coach, so I think they'll be fine defensively. I mean, they got a lot of length out there still. They're like their shortest person is probably what Maxi, he's 6'2", 200 pounds. So it's like they'll be decent. Then you got a big fella in the back, anchoring the defense. I think they'll be okay. It's just offensive wise, what are they gonna do? Besides them big three, what is these others gonna do offensively? Because if they don't give us nothing offensively, it's gonna be hard to win games throughout the regular season because that's when you're gonna need your bench players the most during the regular season. And when it gets to the playoffs, what are you guys gonna do in the playoffs too? So those others, they got to step it up this season. I think losing Melton was a big piece for them. Losing him was big.
I like DeAnthony Melton.
Yeah.
He's a good defender, can shoot the three ball, and he was a lengthy for a guard, so he was lengthy.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely agree. But for some reason, Nick Nurse, because I think he was somewhat healthy in the playoffs, but Nick Nurse ain't play him for some reason. He didn't play him like that. And I think he definitely would have helped. Oh, and I forgot they got Reggie Jackson. So Reggie Jackson, Kyle Lowry, Eric Gordon. It's like
that's not it. They bench is really old.
Bench is old and just not good. Like it's just. I think they go do something. I want to see like when they first their first preseason game, whenever that is. But I feel like they're gonna have two of them is gonna be out there at all times. At least two of the big three is gonna be out there. If it's Tyrese, Paul George, Joel, Maxi, it don't matter. I feel like at some point two of them have to be on the court at all times.
To be honest,
it just has to be.
To be honest, I think Joel. I don't want to say the odd man out, but I think Nick Nurse is gonna give Joel a lot of rest so he can save him for the playoffs. So I think we're gonna see more Maxi and PG on the floor together than anything. Because like I said, they want to give Joel rest and make sure he doesn't get any ticky-tack injuries. And he can last the entire season.
Last year, Tyrese Maxey averaged 37 minutes per game. And I know this is small sample size, but Joel in the 39 games, he averaged 33. Is that about the same? Or is it going to be a little bit more?
He's still going to be about the same, around 30, 33.
And Paul George maybe averages, 35, 36 minutes per game?
Mm-hmm.
Can all three of them give me 20 per game?
Yes. All three can do it. But I need Kelly Oubre to give me 10 to 13, 14, 15.
Kelly Oubre a good player. I just feel like he's like a streaky type player. He's just one of them. If he on, he on. If he not, he not. Like, he's just one of them. And Caleb Martin, too. Because I thought that was a steal when they signed him. Like, he took less money, basically, from the Heat. I mean, he took less money with the Sixers than the Heat. So, I thought that was a good sign. But it's still kind of like a small take. Because Paul George, 6'9"?
Yeah, 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, he's 6'8", 220. So, yeah, this is so that's your second biggest person. And you got Caleb Martin at 205, and then Kelly Oubre at 203. Ugh. And Tyrese Maxey at 200.
Good, bro. They got a lot of length.
I think they're good.
They might not be 215, 220, 230, but they still long. And we are talking about defensive players as far as Paul George, Kelly Oubre, and Caleb Martin. So I think they'll be good.
What do you think about Jared McCain? What do you expect from him this year?
I
I think
think
he'll be
Jared
decent.
McCain. I think he's gonna make it. I honestly, well, let me put it like this: if Nick Nurse allows Jared McCann to play, I think that he will have a significant impact on this team because he has a high IQ, he can shoot the basketball, and he can play off ball. So if he plays well in training camp and he plays well during the preseason, or if one of these old guards get hurt, I think Jared McCain can make an impact.
And they also got Yabu Selly, the dude from the Olympics. They got him on that team too.
I'm telling you. Oh,
The dude that dunk on Braun.
yeah, the big dude.
They got him too.
Yeah, he
I
played
feel
decent.
yeah,
He
he
played
played
decent.
in the Olympics.
Yeah.
But is he gonna trend? Is what he did at like the Olympics and overseas? Because I saw something that said like his 3-point percentage in the Olympics was really good, and obviously he did play in the NBA with the Celtics. But is what he did over there still? Is it gonna translate to the NBA? Is he still gonna be like a good 3-point shooter?
Well, I know for a fact his defense is going to translate. His motor is going to translate. Um, see, that's the thing, because I think the line in the Olympics was like a little bit shorter than the NBA, isn't it?
It's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, so that makes a big difference. Um, I mean, the way he played against Team USA, he played against a bunch of all stars and superstars, and he played really well. So theoretically, it should transfer. But the NBA, that's a different stage, bro. That's more spotlight. And overseas, you got a chance to build your confidence up and to do whatever you want, basically, on those teams. So coming back to the NBA, it'd be different. But it should translate. It should. Will it? The only way to find out is to see, but it should translate.
In the NBA, he shot 32%. See, I'm looking at his Olympic stats. I mean, his Olympic 3-point percentage, yeah, he didn't really shoot that well. But I'm trying to find like his overseas stats. If I can
Well, it was
find
just
that,
that one good game that he played well, huh?
I think it was probably that one good game, bro. Because he shot 28% from three in the Olympics.
Yeah, that's not good at all.
Yeah, it was that game against. No, wait, wrong one. It was that game against Japan. He shot 3 for 6. But really the next like 3 out of those 4 games, he didn't shoot a three at all. He was just going dummy crazy
Yeah, he was.
overall.
He was. He definitely was.
But the Sixers, I expect them to be third in the West. I mean, I said West, third in the East. I expect them to be honestly a great team. It really just depends on Joel Embiid. If he can stay healthy, they got
Mhm.
a chance. They got a chance. All right, next team, the New York Knicks. What do we expect from them this year?
Oh boy, well,
Oh man,
before I wasn't that big fan of the Knicks, but with this cat trade, I'm really a big fan of the Knicks now. Because now trading Cat for Julius and Dante, that was a great move. Not only because they got a better offensive player, but also the fit as well. Um, when they had Julius, it clogged up the lane for Jalen Brunson, so it couldn't really allow him to. On top of that, they both left-handed, so they both on the same side. So the driving lanes weren't that open with Julius Randle on the floor. But now you have Cat. So Cat likes to shoot and play on the perimeter, so that spaces the floor. And then you have Jalen Brunson that opens up the driving lanes for him and lets him get into his mid-range bag and makes him comfortable. I think getting Cat, it makes that offense run so smoothly, and it could be a very high potent offense because your two superstar players are comfortable in that offense because, like I said, it allows Jalen Brown to drive and get to his midi, and it allows Cat to play on the perimeter and shoot threes because he believes he's the best shooting big man ever will. So it allows them to be comfortable, and if your superstars are comfortable, it makes the offense run smoothly. Then there's the other guys; they're a bunch of 3-and-D players anyway, so they're going to be able to play off of them, and they're going to be comfortable in knowing their role and knowing what they have to do on the defense and offensive end. And on top of that, Cat best years was with Tibbs. His best years rebounding, his best years as a shot blocker, his some of his best years scoring wise. So I think that was a really good move for them. Um uh and then on top of that, it frees that trade, it frees up it honestly made Tibbs' job easier. Because remember I said Tibbs had all these bodies that he had to play and that he had to worry about. Now you didn't traded Dante and Julius. Now it frees up some of those minutes. Because most of those players, like you could probably get away with it in the regular season playing all of them. But once it gets down to the playoffs, oh that might mess up the team chemistry and the camaraderie once y'all start losing because Dante probably would have wanted more minutes because look at what I did in the playoff. Same as Josh Hart, and all of them. So them moving those two players, it gave Tibbs a better chance of coaching and it made his lineups and his rotations easier. Um, but yeah. Only thing is, what do you do with Mitchell Robinson? Now, what do you do with him?
I was gonna ask you that. He's supposed to be out until January. Are you gonna start him next to Cat, or are you bringing him off the bench?
I'm bringing him off the bench, honestly. Me personally, what I would do. Well, who's on their bench?
I was gonna say the same thing. They lack a little depth now. Like, cause it's Miles McBride, Campaign, Precious Achua, Landry Shamit. That's it, I think.
I mean, I would flip. I would once Mitchell Robinson come back healthy, I would try to flip Mitchell Robinson for another backup big because Mitchell Robinson's honestly a starter in this league. And I know for a fact he's not going to want to come off the bench, but you have to play Cat at the 5. I think the
Okay.
Knicks would be more effective if you play Cat at the 5 instead of starting him with Mitchell Robinson. It can work because we've seen it in Minnesota, but Mitchell Robinson he's always hurt. So you might as well just put Cat back at the 5 because I think Cat played the 5 when he was with Tibbs, and those were his best years.
Yeah, I think he did play 5.
Yeah, and those were his best years. So put Cat back at the 5, and then that way you can start Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikael Bridges, and OG. Because Josh Hart needs to start. Josh Hart is a big piece of that team. So yeah, I would flip Mitchell Robinson and try to get either some draft compensation back or try to get some bench players.
So, I said it. You said what?
I said, or a backup big.
I said it in my video last week. Like the Knicks, I said they are the second best team in the East. You got Jalen Brunson. He gets a probably, Cat has said it, the best shooting big man ever. I think he was lying, but that's neither here or there. That's neither here or there. But Cat is definitely one of the best shooting big men we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
He helps spread the floor. His defense, it's not like Rudy Gobert or Mitchell Robinson, Wemby type good, but it's still good. I just feel like it helps space the floor with this 5-out offense. But me personally, I probably start Mitchell Robinson next to him and put Cat at the 4 only because Cat doesn't worry about being this shot blocking big, having to always go for the rebound, the defense or the offensive rebound. He has Mitchell Robinson behind him. Mitchell Robinson, credit, he gets hurt, but he still is one of the best shot blocking big men in the league. So I'd rather have him. But you said it, Josh Hart needs to start. I do agree. I kind of agree with that because Josh Hart is one of the best hustle men in the league. He's going to get 15 rebounds. We've seen it. He shooting wise, not the best, but in that playoff series, he shot really good from the 3. But I just the fact that hustle type, that hustle player, the gritty, the physical, he brings all of that. And you already got, to some people, the best defensive wings in the game, and OG and Mikael Bridges, and you got Jalen Brunson, a top point guard in the NBA. But I probably start Mitchell Robinson at the 5, and the Knicks, they definitely lack depth. That's their problem.
I don't think I don't think Cat being at the 5, they will really have a rebounding problem because like I said, Cat played his best years on the Tips. He averaged like 12 rebounds when he was playing for Tips, like those 3 years.
And for real.
Um, and then on top of that, you still got OG who could rebound. You still got Mikhail who could rebound, and then you got Josh Hart who's a really great rebounder. So I don't think the rebound will really suffer that well, or that much. Only thing is the offense because Tibbs has always had a stagnant offense, but like I was saying earlier, with Cat coming there now, their offense has a chance to be very potent because it opens up the floor for everyone. Like I said, it opens up driving lanes for Jalen Brunson and allows him to be comfortable and do whatever he wants, and allows them other guys to play their role as a 3-and-D and play off those two. Um, so that's the only thing that I would really that and like you said, depth. But those are the only two things for real. And to be honest with you, I don't think the offense is really if they do the offensive right, if they do that offensive game planning right, they should be good. They should be good. Even with the lack
If
of
they
depth.
still have Isaiah Hartenstein, would you put them as champions? They still had him.
You would still have to flip Mitchell. Or one of them. You would still have to because you need that depth on the bench.
Who wants Mitchell
Like you said,
Robinson?
the Pelicans. They need a big.
Who they go
The
trade?
Warriors. The Warriors need a big.
Man, the Warriors ain't never getting the big, bro.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Hornets try to trade for him.
They already got Mark Williams.
Yeah,
Look, I'd rather keep Mark Williams than Mitchell.
Yeah, but they don't that man always hurt. Well, you can't have two hurt bigs, but who else? That's really about it. That just they need a big.
But the thing is, we're gonna see it on opening night because the Knicks and the Celtics face off. So we're really gonna see how this works. I just like I like the 2-man game with Jalen Brunson and Cat. Because I saw somebody said a stat. Like Karl-Anthony Towns is one of the best players in pick and roll with another big. Because he always there was a couple of times he threw lobs to Rudy Gobert. Yeah. And maybe if they do start Mitchell Robinson or if they're both in the game at the same time, that can happen. That can change. And that will make life so much easier. It'll make the offense just so much better. Like the Knicks, they did something right, man. They really did something right. And this might be better than them Carmelo Anthony Knicks team. This might be better.
Yeah, no, it is better. Them Knicks teams, the most they had was JR, Melo,
they had Shumpert,
and Amari.
Amari, I think was he there for a couple of years?
Yeah, but those are their best players.
They had Tyson Chandler too.
He was kind of older though.
That was after he won the championship with the Mavericks.
But now they got literally a legit starting 5. Or you might as well even say 6 with Mitchell Robinson.
Who was it? Was it Kendrick Perkins or was it Bobby Marks? I forgot. They said this is the best starting 5 in the league.
Them on the Celtics.
I'm not putting it over the Celtics, man. I ain't gonna care. But I love this trade, man. I know Cat, he did everything for Minnesota, but if somehow they win the ring, man.
They did say everybody that got traded from the Timberwolves won the ring.
You saw that?
Yeah.
That's a crazy stat.
That's a crazy stat.
That's a crazy. Kevin Garnett won a ring after he got traded. Kevin Love won a ring. Man, Minnesota just be trading all good bigs just like that.
Wiggins got a ring.
Well, it was with bigs, but I get what you're saying. Man. I definitely get. Hey, man, Jalen Brunson. Hey, low key. I remember you said that his stats might go down, with this offense now, Jalen Brunson scoring might go up.
Yeah, it might go up. It might go up now. It might go up now.
With the
I think
spacing.
all his stats might go up, to be honest with you, because I think they're gonna put the ball. Well, he already had the ball in his hands a lot, but I think his usage rate is gonna be higher than what it was.
Another thing, I think I saw somebody else saying it was probably good. They don't have another legit ball handler on that team outside of Jalen Brunson. What other legit ball handler do you got? Because
Josh Hart
Julius
can bring the ball up. Josh Hart can bring the ball up. I wouldn't say see, it's a difference. Just needing somebody to initiate your offense is one thing. Somebody playing point guard like Brunson is another. As long as you got players to bring the ball up and who won't turn the ball up over and let then give Jalen Brunson the ball in the half court, then you're good. But I don't think they need another dynamic point guard or another backup point guard to really handle the ball.
No, I don't think they need another ball handler, I would say, but I think because last year Julius Randle gave me 5 assists. Jalen Brunson gave me 6. Who else can be that outside of Jalen Brunson?
Josh Hart. Josh Hart. It's gonna be Josh Hart because the way he played at Villanova, even the way he played last year in the playoffs. It's gonna be Josh Hart's gonna be that other guy that's gonna get you about 4 or 5 assists, and then like you said, we still got Cat.
Cat isn't a bad ball handler. He's not.
As far as passing and moving the ball and
I think he's okay. Passer.
He averaged about 3 assists last year, 3-4 assists last year.
Well, last year he averaged 2, but I think I think Cat has last year he averaged 3, and some years I think not the years with Tibbs, but 3 out of the last 5 years he's giving you at least 4 assists per game.
Yeah, so they'll be all right. And then they all going they Villanova boys, so they gonna move the ball.
Well, not all of them. They let one go, bro.
Yeah, but they gonna be good.
Do you wish we could have seen this, how it would have played out with Julius Randle and them, and then say flip him, or it's you don't care?
Nah, I think they did the right move. I think they did right flipping him before the season because I think with him there, he knew his time was up. So, of course, he's still going to be professional. And he's going to go out there and play. But the team camaraderie might have been different. You know what I mean? So that could have caused them to lose games that they weren't supposed to lose, or that could have went anyway, honestly. So I think them move. And then it was the big ass elephant in the room anyway. So they got that cleared out.
I don't get why though. I still don't get. Okay, if they never traded for Mikal, would it still been an elephant in the room, though?
No. I think if they didn't trade for Mikal and it was still just Dante, Jalen, Julius, Josh Hart, all them, I think it would have been good.
But just the fact that they traded for another Villanova boy is yeah, you're the odd man out, buddy.
And another wing on top, another forward on top of that.
It's like that group of, it's your homies, other group of friends, and then you come along, you I really don't know y'all like that.
Yeah. So
I mean, I know my homie, but I don't really know y'all like that.
Yeah. So I think they did the right move for flipping. A
lot of people said they wish they would have seen how the Villanova boys would have worked out.
It's just too many bodies, bro. How you gonna play all them people?
Oh, they would find a way. He would have found a way.
He would have had to, but somebody would have been upset, bro. Somebody would have got upset, bro. Because ain't no way you playing 7 to 8 people every single night. And like I said, in the regular season, that can probably work. But they had a bunch of they were deep before they traded them. They were deep.
I mean, it would have been Jalen. Pick between DiVincenzo or Josh Hart, Mikal, OG, and Randall would have played 5 because Mitchell Robinson now. So I don't know who you would have put between Josh or DiVincenzo, but and then Mitchell Robinson comes back. I mean, they was gonna play. It was just go. Somebody want to get a lot of minutes.
McBride, you still got McBride. McBride played really well during the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
And the playoffs is where you make your money at. And then you still got Landry Shamet for shooting.
Yeah.
Who else they got on here? And you still got Precious Achua. Precious Achua played okay. So like they had a lot of they got Tiz would have had a Tiz got a lot of bodies. He would have had to figure out something. And now trading them, it makes his job a little bit easier. Because Tiz only likes to play what, like 6, 7 guys, anyways.
No, that was just a play. Hey, man. Could you play Patal Thibodeau?
Hell yeah.
You
Because
could.
I know I'm getting 30 plus minutes a night. Hell yeah. I know I'm gonna get my money and my stats. So hell yeah, I can play for him. Hell yeah, I
Man.
love playing for a coach who's gonna play me all game.
Hey, some people don't like that, man. They don't like, they don't like playing. Like, it's cool for getting like 30, maybe like 34, 35, but damn, they're almost 40. Ugh. That's a long time. Like Josh Hart was playing the whole game, bro.
You gotta be in shape for that though. Like, I mean, of course they're in shape because they're NBA players, but like you gotta be in real like tip top shape to play 40 minutes of NBA basketball.
No, I ain't gonna lie, I couldn't do it. I be thinking about it now. I'm like, man, they just be running up and down and playing defense at the. I'm like, oh man, maybe I'm just fat and just out of shape. But all right, that's it for the Knicks. The last team, the Boston Celtics. What do we expect from them this year?
Well, Boston Celtics, they're still the favorites in the division since they're the reigning champs. I feel like though with KP being hurt, how's their season going to start off? Because and once it gets to the playoffs, seeding matters. So you winning these games early in the season, that matters. So with KP not being there, that allows the Celtics, I'm not the Celtics, the 76ers or the Knicks to potentially become that first seed because those games are only like 1, 2, 3 games from first and third. So home court advantage is very important in the playoffs. But I expect the Boston Celtics to still be the Boston Celtics. It's just that with KP out for the first 2 months. He's out for
Yeah,
like the
he
first two,
might
three
not come
months,
back
right?
until like December or maybe like early January.
Yeah, he's so the first 2, 3 months. How are they gonna be there? How are they gonna play there? I think they still got a lot of pieces on their team. They still pretty stacked. But how are they gonna be this first like 2 months, 3 months of the season? But there's they still a favorite. They're the champs. So you gotta give them credit.
Uh, I do agree about like KP because KP he helps spread the floor. He's one of the best shocking big men in the league, one of the best shooting big men in the league. So kind of hurts with the spacing, helps with your defense, but they still on any day you can argue like on the court they got 4 of the best like 6 players on the court. You can argue it. Jason Tatum, he tweaked his shot. I'll send a video after this. Jaylen Brown comes back hungry. Derek White, Drew Holiday, probably the best defensive backcourt in the league, man. And I still expect Joe Mazzulla to shoot a lot of 3-pointers just like he did last year. Because when I looked up like how many 3-pointers, I think they attempted 42 3-pointers last year.
That's a lot. And Tatum had to shoot at least like 10 threes last year, or like close to like 8.
10? Yeah, I don't think it was 10.
He shot a lot of threes, bro. He shot a lot of threes.
I'm gonna look right now. Like
it's between 7 and 10. I know that for sure.
Tatum is 3-point attempts last year. He might be right. He attempted 8 last year. I mean, the year before he attempted 9.
Yeah.
His lowest was his first 2 years in the league, but after that, he's always attempted at least 7 or more 3-pointers a game. Jaylen Brown, he attempted 5, but the years before he attempted 7. So I mean, I expect all of them to shoot a lot of threes, but the thing is, they brought back the same exact team. So to some people, did they really get better? Because a lot of people, when you win a championship, you usually make changes. You don't really bring back the same group. Like, did they really get better? Because they brought back the same exact team from last year. The only person they brought new was Lonnie Walker, who I think will help.
No, I mean, no, they didn't get better as far as like team wise. But I don't think that's still gonna hurt them because, like I said, Jason Tatum could have played better last year. Jalen Brown's gonna play better this year. And like you said, they're both hungry. So even though they do got the exact same team, and teams have seen this before, and they have a lot of film on them, they still have to go out there and stop them. And that's gonna be very hard, especially when you got um two star players hungry. So
So last year, yeah. So last year they made 16 3-pointers per game and attempted 42.
mm,
So, and I think they're gonna have a great defense because like I said, the Porzingis that does hurt, and you do have Al Horford starting, but this was the first year in a minute that Al Horford didn't have to, he didn't have to, you didn't have to like need him to basically be the backbone of your defense.
mhm.
Because obviously I think he's almost about to be like 39 or 40, something like that. So now you're asking an old Al Horford to basically be the backbone of your defense. But like I said, you still got two of the best defensive guards in the league. You got Jason Tatum, who's a good defender, Jalen Brown, who's a really good defender. Then you still have that. So I do feel like the Celtics are still going to be at the top of the East. They are the best team in the league as of right now. Obviously, they won the championship. And whenever Porzingis comes back, that just makes the offense better because even though they didn't face nobody last year in the playoffs, they were still smacking everybody around with no Porzingis, basically. Like the Celtics, I still have them in front of. I still have them in front of the Knicks, even though the Knicks have gotten better. But until they face off for real at full strength, I'll be like, okay, maybe the Knicks might be better. But for now, I got the Celtics and Jason Tatum. He said he coming back hungry, man. He coming back hungry. All right, that is it for our preview of the Atlantic Division. For our last topic, we got our NBA hot takes for the NBA season. If you want to start, let's go.
Ooh. All right. Pistons are making the playoffs.
Hey.
Pistons are making the playoffs. I think JB Bickerstaff, I think he's going to get those boys playing. I think he's going to turn that organization around. And I think they're going to play really good defense. And I think they're gonna get a play-in spot, and then they're gonna win their play-in games, and they're gonna be the eighth seed. Uh, the Mavericks will
Wait,
make.
hold on. Wait. My bad. So they're gonna make the play in and beat whoever in that play in to get in the playoffs?
To get the AC. They gonna get
Oh
that
wow.
AC.
Okay.
They gonna get
Wow.
that AC.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Um
That's a hot take. That's different.
the Mavericks will be back in the NBA finals, but the Celtics won't.
Wow. Okay. The
And I
Mavericks
got
are going back to back to the finals?
Yep. The West is bro, the West is wide open.
When you say the East wide open too?
I ain't gonna lie, nah, with that Knicks trade, I don't.
Hey, that Knicks trade moved you. Hey, that Knicks trade changed
I mean,
everything.
I still think it's the top four between the Bucks, Sixers, Celtics, and Knicks. But I don't think there's like a clear cut favorite anymore. With the West, literally any team 1 through 6 can get to go to the finals. I feel like. The Warriors will not make the playoffs, but the Spurs will.
Wow. Now
Yeah,
that's a hot take. That's a hot take.
I don't think the Warriors. I told you, bro. I think this is it with the Warriors, bro. And I think that that Chris Paul is gonna lock a new Wemby, and I think that they'll get that low play-in spot, and whoever they gotta take to get that AC, they're gonna get that AC. And for MVP, Denver get bounced in the first round, and the Bucks are a top 3 team in the East.
Hey, if the Nuggets get bounced in the first round, some changes definitely could be made.
Oh
man.
yes, for sure. You think they
Did
have
you see
fired?
the
You think they have fired
Nah,
Malone?
I don't think so. You lose in the second round after collapsing in game 7, then you get bounced in the first. Oh, I don't think I wouldn't fire him. I wouldn't do it. First of all, it depends who they face, how you lose in that first round.
Okay.
Like, but if you get bounced, but if we're projecting the Nuggets to be high and you lose in the first round, that is kind of bad though. Lose it to a lower seed, depending on who it is, that's kind of bad. I wouldn't fire him though. But changes will definitely be made. Because they be talking about like it's Michael Porter, this might be it for him this year. And I think it isn't really not because of play, it's because of the money.
The money?
He's making a lot of money, bro, to be a third option. He's making a lot of money, bro. Like Nuggets, the Mavericks one is kind of crazy because the Celtics ain't gonna get there, but the Mavericks. The Mavericks, man.
I mean, they got Clay now, man. I think Clay gonna come back decent, man.
Hey, Clay look a little happy, man. He look happy over there. We didn't talk about him immediately, but he look happy.
Kyrie said it himself. Michael Porter making $35 million, but Kyrie said the only missing piece they were missing was Clay. So
if Clay was there last year, they would have won. I don't think so because Kyrie still would have been playing bad in Boston.
No, they wouldn't have won, but it would have made it more competitive than what it was for sure. And I think, who knows? Kyrie may have played better if they would have had Clay because you can't leave Clay. You can't. No matter how bad he played last year, you could not leave Clay open. So if they would have had Clay, it could have opened up. It could have opened up that offense way more.
All right. My hot takes. Jason Tatum will win the MVP, and he will solidify his legacy. The man has everything else. Outside of the finals MVP, he will have everything else if he wins the MVP. I feel I wouldn't be shocked if we have another 30-point per game scorer this year, leading that team in rebounding, leading them in assists again. I won't be shocked. And then I feel like the voters going to be like, we got no choice but to give this man, Jason Tatum, the MVP for the first time, and his legacy will probably be solidified. Another one. The Brooklyn Nets will make the play-in tournament, man. I didn't say playoffs, but they will make the play-in, man. I said it earlier. I said that starting five. It don't look bad, brother. On paper, it don't look bad. And we talk about
how you gonna say they ass and they might get the number one pick, but they gonna make the play-in tournament, G?
Mind you, this is a hot take.
I know.
This is a hot take, brother. It's a hot take. I said that team don't look bad on paper. The East is weak. And Dorian Finney-Smith said it. I forgot to say that. He said the Nets might shock some people.
Man, if you don't get it, goofy boy, they finna get that number one.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they get that 11th seed. Well, no, it's 9.
10th.
Yeah, 10th seed. They get that 10th seed, man. I wouldn't be shocked. I didn't say playoff, but I said the play-in. Bam will finally win a Defensive Player of the Year. I feel like his versatile abilities will be shown, having to guard guards, having to guard bigs at elite level. He'll finally get to notice because I've said Rudy Gobert, he's done with. I think he'll never win another DPOI ever again. You already gave the man 4. So I think this might be time for Bam to finally get his recognition of being one of the best defenders in the league, if not the best defender in the league. And now, unless I think of another hot take in the top of my head, I got one. The Houston Rockets will be a top 4 seed in the Western Conference, man. Look, let me.
That's worse than a hot take, dog. That ain't no hot take, dog. That's just terrible.
No, hold on, wait a minute.
In the West, dog.
Let me explain. Let me explain, brother. Last year, I was not high on the Rockets because I didn't think they would win 20-something. I think it was like low 30, 27 games. But when Fred and Fleece said, they're playing at a faster pace. And then when I look at the team, you got Fred, you got Jalen Green, you got Dylan Brooks, you got Jabari Smith, you got Sengun. And then on your bench, I feel like we forget about Reed Shepherd, man. I think Reed Shepherd's going to have a good rookie year. You still got Kevin Whitmore. I know you're high on. You like Kevin Whitmore. You like him. You still got Tyrese, Amen Thompson. Might be the best all-around player on that team, man. If we're being honest, might be. But I do feel like with Ime Udoka as the coach, I think he might get them boys right because they did win 41 games last year. I would not be shocked if they are a top 4 seed in the Western Conference.
I got one more.
This man said my take was terrible. What are we talking
about? No. That was terrible, dog. That was terrible, dog. The Rockets 4th in the West, dog. Come on now,
you just said the Pistons are gonna make the playoffs, but I
can't say that's not as worse as the Nuggets. The Rockets being 4th.
I mean, you just said the West. You just said the West was wide open.
You got Fred VanVleet and baby Jordan Clarkson. Come on, dog. Like, nah, man.
Bro, am I tripping? Did you not say like 10 minutes ago that the West is wide open?
Yeah, but for them to be a 4th seed,
hey man,
a 4th seed though, I can see 6. I can see if you would have said 6, I'm like, okay, but you said 4. I mean, they gotta pass the Rockets.
They are the Rockets.
I mean, not the Rockets, the Nuggets. They gotta pass the Nuggets.
Hey, we said the Nuggets have got weak.
The Lakers. Then you still got Minnesota. You still got OKC. You still got who else we got over there?
Minnesota.
Yeah, I said them already.
Dallas, Denver.
Dallas. Yeah, you still got Dallas.
Kings.
Kings. Yeah, bro. They not finna be no top 4 team, bro.
Hey, man,
that's worse. That's worse than the hot take, dog.
No, it's not. Bro.
That's worse.
No, it's not. Nigga, motherfuckers be hating. Like, what the hell? Bro, what are we talking about?
All right, one more. I got one more. Rookie of the year, Stephon Castle.
I'm forgetting about who the rookies are, man. That's crazy. This is so
I just had to Google it.
This
draft class.
I had to think. I was like, wait, who are the other rookies? Zachariah, Alex,
Shree Shepherd, Castle, Ron Howard.
Is he gonna make enough of good? Is he gonna have a good enough impact to be rookie of the year? That's Castle? The thing. Yes.
If they trade Chris Paul, I think they're gonna let Chris Paul go. By the
yeah, you've been saying that. Yeah, I said that if they're good though, I think they're gonna keep them for the rest of the year though.
Then that would make my playoff hot take possible if they keep them.
No, you said the Warriors ain't gonna make it, but the Spurs.
Nah, bro, the Warriors ain't making them, bro. They ain't making them, bro. They ain't making them, bro. They finna get a lottery seed. They finna get a lottery pick, and then they're gonna flip that lottery pick to try to get something back to make one last playoff push.
And I'm not gonna say. Kawhi Leonard will play 65 games this year. Hey man, that's all you need is 65.
He ain't even gonna give you 65. That boy talking about his knee hurt already.
What he play? I mean,
how you have surgery?
Play 60.
Didn't he have surgery in the offseason?
That's what they said. They said
the man had surgery in the offseason and he's still not healthy before training camp, dog. He's not playing 65 games, Jay. Hey, I love Kawhi, but he ain't playing no 65 games, dog.
I did have I thought of it, but Anthony Davis might win DPOY this year too.
Yeah.
I think I think it's either gonna be Wemby, Anthony Davis, or Bam. It's gonna be one of them.
I don't think they're gonna give it to Wemby quite yet. I think they have to give it to Wemby next year. I don't think they'll give it to him.
He was just second this past year in his rookie year.
Yeah, I know. I think it's going how I don't think Anthony Davis is gonna get it. I do think Bam will get it, but I think they're just gonna wait. Well, the voting system is all messed up. But I think it's gonna take Wemby one more year, G. One more year. Wemby gonna have to give us one more year of being dominant like that with the blocks and the defensive ratings. Because I think when he was on the when he came back into the lineup, the Spurs defensive rating went all the way up, bro.
Yeah, when
So
he was off, like when he's on the court, they like statistically wise, they have the best They like have a top 3 defense in the league when he's on the court, and then when he's off, it's just bad. It's just bad.
because, like you said, Bam deserves a defensive player of the year. Anthony Davis deserves one. So I think they're finally gonna give not Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo one.
I do want to say, somebody in the comments, they were right because when we was talking about the Hawks should trade their pick for Zach LaVine, they actually don't have that pick. I actually forgot they traded that pick to get DeJounte Murray, so the Spurs have that pick. And when he said, I was like, buddy, I think he's right though, because you was like, man, they need to trade that pick if they want to get Zach LaVine, but they don't have the pick, and then that makes it hard for them to be bad. So it's like they gotta play good so that pick won't be high.
Yeah, because if that pick is high, if the Spurs will be set up, because if that pick is high, the Spurs can either, if they want to go into win now mode in year 3 with Wemby, they could trade that. They could trade that and trade some pieces in order to bulk up that team and get more talent on that team, or they can just go through the lottery again and keep it moving.
Let's say the Hawks are bad, and they get the first pick. Cooper, Devin Vassell, or whoever you think should be first. Any of them potential rookies coming out with Devin Vassell, Stephon Kyles, and Wemby.
No, I would flip it. I would flip it if I'm the Spurs. Because you got Wemby already, and then you got Stephon Castle as your point guard. Then you got Devin Vassell who playing the 2. So your 1, 2, and your 5 or 4 is already locked up. I mean, you can flip that number 1 pick, and you can get you a really good wing defender or another good wing, or if you want to pair another big next to Wemby, another big. I wouldn't keep it because Wemby talked about how he wants to win now. So if Wemby talking about he want to win now, and Pop don't got that long left anyways. So I think they'll flip that number 1 unless they really see something in Cooper Flag. Then if they get the number 1 overall pick or a top 3 pick,
who would you pick? Who would you pick at that number 1 pick to pair with Wemby? Who would you pick?
Cooper Flag, and that's only because they already got a point guard, so you don't need Dylan Harper, the guy from Rutgers. And then they got Ace Bailey, but I think Cooper Flag's better than Ace Bailey. He's at Rutgers too. But yeah, I'll put
Rutgers got a squad. They're gonna be good. They're gonna be cold.
Yeah, they got a whip. But yeah, I would pair Cooper Flag with Wemby just because I can put Cooper Flag at the 3, and then Cooper Flag is really good defensively, and he has a high motor. So, I think that I pair well with Wemby.
Stephon, Cooper, Devin Vassell, and Wemby, and Jeremy Sohan. That's not a bad team, man. It's not a bad. And Wemby, he only go get better. Hey, Spurs might make the playoffs.
I keep forgetting about Jeremy Sohan.
Hey, man. Like I said, I think they're gonna start Chris Paul, Devin, Harrison Barnes, Jeremy, and Wemby.
Yeah, Wemby.
Keldon Johnson come off the bench. All right, I got one more thing. That is it. Then we can go. Where do you think Anthony is going? Did you see the 3 teams? It
was USC, Auburn,
and Syracuse. Where do you think he's gonna go?
I don't think he's going to Syracuse.
You don't?
No, I don't. I don't think he. Don't get me wrong. I think he loves his father and he loves everything that his father does for him. But I don't think he wants to follow in his father's footsteps. I think he wants to create his own path. If anything, I see him going to Auburn. USC is too close to home.
For him?
For him. And I don't think their team is really that good. I think he wants to be like a vocal point, but still be on a good team. I think he'll go to Auburn. Syracuse, like I said, I don't think he wants to. Well, it depends on how USC team is next year, like what recruits and what transfers he get. Huh?
Is he a senior? Or is he a junior?
He's a senior. Yeah, he's a senior.
See, I was thinking Syracuse. I ain't gonna cap. I was definitely
I don't
thinking
think he want
Syracuse.
to. I don't think he want to follow in Melo footsteps.
Play with Auburn with Bruce Pearl, USC with
Because Bruce Pearl, he produces pros too. So
yeah, Auburn always be a good team. They just selling the tournament. They always sell in the tournament, but they're a good team. Like when they're regular season, they are a really good team. I was thinking Syracuse, but then I also thought USC.
Yeah, I think he's a senior. No, is he a junior? No, he's a senior. Yeah, he's a senior.
Huh.
He's a senior. He ranked number 36. He's a senior. Yeah. I think him and Bryson the same. Bryson senior this year too. Then
I
right?
thought Bryce was a junior. You know what? I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I thought Bryce was a junior.
Let me see.
I swear, Bryce is 17, so
He must have just turned 17.
he did in June.
No, he's a senior. He's a senior,
Oh
bro.
wow.
Yeah, him and Kiyan in the same class. Yeah, so he a senior. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where Kiyan going. I'm gonna just say Syracuse or USC. Auburn. That's not bad. All right. That is it for the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. This was episode 100. Crazy how we reached 100 episodes. Very grateful. Means a lot. Subscribe, like, comment, and subscribe to our podcast. Videos will be uploaded daily on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, even our Facebook. But that is it, you guys. We will see y'all next week. It's only 2 weeks away from the NBA season.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
2 weeks, but we will see y'all next time.